Time. Close the door.
See you guys later.
This is Ben and Eric. These are two young men who live in the Script House. In the Script House, Ben and Eric are learning to be independent. At this point, they have left home after having made their own breakfast and lunch, and they are now waiting for the county transit that will take them to high school.
The goal of the SCRIPT project is to allow the residents of the program to achieve adulthood, to do the same kinds of things that everyone else does.
Hey, do you have your change of clothes?
Yeah.
Better be sure.
I'm sure.
No. You need to change the socks too.
The reason the SCRIPT program was initiated is because too often young adults who have had a good education transition from the school system into the adult world, and the quality of their life is not full. They are not yet ready to be independent in the world. So they don't see, nor do their families see, all the possible choices that are out there for them. This program is intended to be a college program, a transition program, if you will, from high school to the world of work.
Hey, where's the number one star? Ah, here we go. No sign of a ghost.
James is a young adult who lived most of his life on the East Coast and moved to the West Coast, and his mother really wanted him to learn to live independently, and identified the Script House as a place where James would learn to grow up. And he's done very well. He now has a job. He enjoys going to the gym. He takes karate classes, which he was taking before. When James moved into the house, we met with James and his mom and said, what is it that James needs to learn, wants to learn, and where do you see him 5 years from now? And so we built his program around James's interests.
My tape's junk. It's not a junk. I'm out of here on our Friday afternoon.
Tell Luis, wait till you get home.
I will.
Uh-oh. That's why you're in a bad mood.
Yeah, that's why I'm in a bad mood.
John grew up in San Jose with his parents and went to public schools in San Jose. John's parents were looking for an opportunity for John to move out of the house because they felt that he had learned pretty much all he could in a house and needed to be in a place where his mother and father were not telling him how to take care of himself.
Punch, dodge around, and a cut. Back up.
John has just blossomed since he's lived in the Script House. He's been in the Script House for 2 years now. And at this point, he takes public transportation when he chooses to go and visit his parents in San Jose. That's making a couple of transfers. And he does that on his own completely. He has a job and is on his own in his job. He's able to get up and plan his day. He makes his breakfast, he makes his lunch, he takes care of his clothes. And these are things that he always had the ability to do, but wasn't doing in his home. As we know, all young adults, when they leave home, at that point they take responsibilities for things that they don't take responsibilities for when they live with their mother and father. Well, the same is true for these young adults, and the purpose of the Script House is to give them that opportunity to learn to make their own lunch, to go to the grocery store, to make these kinds of choices, and then when they move into a supported living or into an apartment or wherever they go in after the transition, they have the skills to make the choices and have a real quality life.
Salty kids.
Was that your Christian songs?
Yeah, Salty. You know what Salty is? He's a blue guy. He reads blue book.
Our house is run on a day-to-day basis by Louise and Jim Castaneda, who are extremely dedicated. They're people who have had a great deal of experience with their own children and with foster children. Also, they've had the experience of working with more severely mentally ill individuals.
Well, our house rules are they have to do housework. Everybody does something different every day. That's throwing out the garbage, doing the dishes, cleaning the floor. That's every night. And then right after dinner, they take their showers. They have to take a shower every night. Some of them don't like it, and they will get mad at us, but they still do it.
I have to be more like a father, for the boys, because you have to teach them, how to, because they know a little basic about it, but they don't know how. So you have to be there when they're working. You got to supervise them and keep them going all the time.
Each of the students who lives in the house is responsible for learning how to purchase food, how to plan meals, how to cook, how to clean up, how to take care of their own hygiene, how to take care of their clothes, how to be a friend, how to take the public transit, how to get a job, and how to participate in the planning and choice making for their own future. Eric grew up in Morgan Hill, which is very close to Gilroy, and it was Eric's parents and teacher who thought that this would be a good program for Eric. Eric works in a florist shop, which is a perfect place for a young man with Eric's skills and interests. Eric is able to follow a model and pretty much do anything. He can write his name if he has a model. He can make a recipe if he has a model, and in a florist, he's able to make beautiful flower arrangements with a model. So he's doing very, very well.
Across the street.
Yeah, remember like you did last week?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they want to be successful. They do see work activity as something that brings them into adulthood. It's been tremendous for self-esteem. They've just, you can see the change virtually overnight in our residents when they are able to start working and really get a paycheck. That first paycheck is just phenomenal. They always want to do something special when they first get their paychecks, and it's real money. It's not sheltered workshop money. It's not money that somebody's giving them as a handout. It's money that they've really earned with their own sweat or their own labor, and it's a very positive thing.
Louis grew up in San Jose and went to high school in San Jose, and it was his teacher who found out about the script program and recommended to his father that he come and take a look at the script program. Initially, Louis was very concerned about moving away, but shortly after he had a chance to spend the weekend in the house, he decided that he wanted to give it a try, and he has just done very well. Louis had some acting out behavior issues when he first started with us, and has learned how to control his anger, how to express his anger in ways where he gets the kinds of changes that he needs. He's now employed. He's learning how to clean swimming pools and take care of a gymnasium, and he just loves it. He goes to Gavilan College, and he's now talking about moving out into his own apartment. So Louis will be one of the young men who I think will be first to take the step into the community.
John is working at Long's drugstore, He works 12 to 20 hours a week. His activities involve customer assistance. He collects shopping carts. He stocks products on the shelves. He does some warehouse work. He's very well liked at the store. He's a good PR man, actually, for the store in a lot of respects. And he's able to get himself to work on time, dressed. Personally, in terms of his work activities, he's had a great deal of increase in self-esteem, and he gets along very well with his coworkers, with other customers in the store, and generally speaking, it's been a very positive experience for him.
We need the salad dressings,
Got it.
the bread.
You want to do the placemats? I'll get the...
Ben is a young man who grew up in Gilroy. He and Eric were in the same high school class, and Ben and his family came to visit the Script House, about a year before Ben moved in, and took a long time to make a decision. It's a very difficult decision for parents to make, to allow their young adult children to move from their home into someone else's house. And in this case, Ben had an opportunity to come and spend several weekends at the Script House. Want to make sure that it was Ben's choice as well as his family's choice. None of the students who live in the Script House are there because someone else chose for them. The young adults need to make this choice themselves because it's a commitment on their part to learn to be independent.
James,
I would lose anyway.
did you have trouble depositing your check today? Did they help you
Yeah, they showed me how to do it the quicker way. Just put it in
in the machine?
yeah.
The biggest single problem that they all share is the ability to handle money. They're able to earn money, have a general sense of what money can do, but as far as specifically budgeting their money, we struggle with it all the time.
Ready, bro?
Wait, well,
Got everything you need?
got everything I need.
Okay, let's go.
This particular community has a lot of activities for individuals who are disabled. And there are more severely disabled individuals than our students that are present in the community on a daily basis, so that there's a general sense of people are visible. And once people become visible in the community, then there's less of that concern, there's less of that fear. You don't have the kind of issues that come from ignorance, because you can see that people have different levels of abilities, but they do have abilities.
Nicky time.
Excuse me?
Whatever.
Like a pound nugget.
Some of our residents are involved in a karate program that is offered by the Parkside Athletic Club. It's a supplemental program that they're able to attend along with regular able-bodied individuals. This particular class is 2 nights a week. It's Mondays and Thursday evenings. It's actually Taekwondo is the particular discipline. And the class is made up of individuals from ages 7 to 65 or so. And so our students fall right in the mid-range there. They are able to learn the various movements and the philosophy, and in fact they have a whole binder of information that they get when they start the class. And it's once again been a very positive experience for them in terms of maturity and learning the discipline.
And the second thing we need to make sure that everybody is in agreement about is the next few weeks at school.
Yeah.
And I had a chance to talk with the teachers, and they would really like to see you finish until June the 12th. And then, so you finish high school, and then you transition to college and you start college. Jan is our newest student to enter the script program, and it's always a little difficult at first. This is the first time that he's leaving his parents' home. Okay. So it's a big transition to leave your parents' home and go to college. He has chosen to do this, and each of the students who participates in the house is required to make that choice. His parents have made the choice with him. And this is our very first parent meeting, introducing Jan and his mother to one of the other parents in the house. Father, Mr. Clute. This is Jan Stevens.
How you doing?
Have you met before? Oh, I'm sorry.
Hi, Don Clute.
Hi, this is Ralph Davis.
Hi.
Well, for me, the most satisfying part of the program is to see the changes that can take place and the maturity that takes place in a relatively short period of time. For the most part, these students come from homes with very caring, concerned parents. But there reaches a point in any individual's life where the parent can only do so much for you. And then you fall into some potentially negative behaviors. When they are able to accomplish something, it might be something as simple as making a bed on their own, and realize that they didn't have a choice, that this is an adult behavior, this is expected, and you can do it. There isn't a default fallback position of saying, well, my mother will take care of it for me. That doesn't happen. If you're in this home, you're going to do certain things, and one of the things is take care of your own belongings.
So we could talk about what kind of jobs might be good jobs in a movie theater, and if not a movie theater, is there something close, maybe a video store where you're still working?
Tremendous self-assurance and self-confidence when they're able to come home with that first paycheck, when they're able to come back after a day's work and feel tired in a positive way, and feel that they've accomplished something and that they contributed something. That's very satisfying to us. Then the same way that a parent would be prideful of their own child, we're prideful of our students.